left, and the silence they left behind. It's loud, isn't it? You've replayed every word, searching for a reason that doesn't exist. But the you who begged, who waited, she's done her part. She doesn't owe the past another second. This is your turning point. No more chasing ghosts. No more bleeding for what's gone. This is about you. The fierce, unbreakable soul who refuses to stay buried in someone else's story. Chapter 1. Stop chasing what's already gone. You have to let go. Not because you don't care or because you want to give up on love, but because holding on to someone who walked away is poisoning your soul. They left. They chose to walk out of your life. That's not your fault. It's not a reflection of your worth. It's a brutal truth, but it's the truth you need to face. When someone leaves, they've made a decision that has nothing to do with how valuable you are. You did not fail because they didn't stay. You did not become less because they chose to go. Clinging to them only drags you deeper into a pit of pain you don't deserve. Think back to those nights you spent waiting by the phone. The silence was deafening. You hoped for a message, a call, any sign that they were thinking of you. But that text never came. That desperation, that waiting, it steals your power. It drains you. You give away your time, your energy, your heart, waiting on someone who already made a choice to be somewhere else. Stop waiting for closure. They already showed you who they are. They left. Waiting won't change that. You don't need their apology to heal. You don't need their explanation to move forward. The only thing you need is to stop waiting. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. It's about reclaiming the strength you lost while chasing a ghost. You've been pouring your energy into someone who is no longer present. That energy doesn't have to disappear. You can redirect it. You can take that fierce devotion you had for them and turn it inward. Start chasing your own life. Start chasing your own happiness. Start chasing your own peace. When you cling to what's gone, you're stuck in a loop of pain. You replay every scene, every conversation, every moment you wished had gone differently. You torture yourself with the what-ifs and if-onlys. But those thoughts only keep you in chains. They don't bring healing. They don't bring peace. They only prolong the heartbreak. You have to break free from that cycle. Stop thinking about what could have been. Stop wishing for a different ending. The ending is written. The story has changed. It's time to write a new chapter. One where you are the main character, not the supporting role waiting for someone else's return. Healing begins when you stop chasing a ghost. When you stop trying to catch someone who's long gone, you make space for yourself to grow. You create room for new experiences, new people, new opportunities. You give yourself permission to breathe, to feel, to rebuild. The pain will still be there, but it won't consume you. It will become part of your story, not the whole story. You have to let go. You have to stop waiting. You have to start living. This might feel impossible right now. It might feel like the hardest thing you've ever faced. But every step you take away from the past is a step toward your future. Every moment you choose yourself over the memory of them is a victory. It doesn't mean you forget. It means you honor yourself enough to stop hurting over someone who hurt you by leaving. You are not weak for feeling pain. You are strong for choosing to move beyond it. So what does that look like? Stop refreshing their social media. Stop replaying old texts and voicemails. Stop imagining conversations you wish you had. Stop imagining their life without you, because it's not your business anymore. Stop asking yourself why they left. You won't find the answer you want, and the real answer won't heal you anyway. Instead, start setting boundaries. Block the numbers, mute the accounts, remove the reminders. Create a space where you can start fresh. Fill that space with things that bring you life. Pick up a hobby you abandoned. Spend time with friends who remind you of your worth. Write down your feelings instead of bottling them up. Exercise, meditate, or simply take walks outside. These aren't just distractions. They're acts of reclaiming your power. They're proof that you can survive this and come out stronger. Remember, you don't need their validation to feel whole. You don't need their love to feel worthy. Your value is not tied to their presence or absence. This isn't about proving something to them. This is about proving something to yourself. You are enough. You always have been. You don't need to chase after someone who doesn't want to be caught. You need to chase the life that awaits you. A life where your happiness is not conditional on someone else's choices. And yes, it hurts. It's raw. It's real. But pain is not a prison. It's a signal. It's telling you that something needs to change. That you need to stop running in the same direction you've been running. Toward a door that's already closed. You have to turn around and start walking a new path. It won't be easy, but it will be worth it. You might find yourself slipping back into old habits. That's normal. Healing isn't linear. You will have moments of doubt, moments of longing. When that happens, remind yourself, they chose to leave. That choice is not your reflection. You have to let go. Stop waiting for closure. They already showed you who they are. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. The moment you start redirecting your energy inward, you start the real work of healing. You start to own your pain without apology. You don't hide it. You don't pretend it's not there. You face it head on. You say, this hurt me, but I'm not broken. You say, I'm grieving, but I'm growing. You say, I lost someone, but I'm finding myself. This is the turning point. The moment when you stop chasing what's already gone and start chasing your own life. When you stop hoping for their return and start hoping for your own happiness. When you stop trying to fix something that can't be fixed and start building something brand new. With yourself, you have to let go. Stop waiting for closure. They already showed you who they are. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. You don't need their apology to heal. You don't need their presence to be whole. You need yourself. And that's where your healing begins. Next, we'll dive deeper into owning your pain without apology. Because healing isn't about forgetting or pretending. It's about facing the hurt with courage and claiming your power in the aftermath. You can't move forward if you're still running from your own pain. It's time to face it, own it, and let it make you stronger. Chapter 2. Own your pain without apology. Heartbreak isn't a sign of weakness. It's proof you dared to love with everything you had. You stepped into the fire, knowing the risk, and you still chose to love. That's bravery. That's courage. So stop pretending you're fine. Stop pretending you're not shattered inside. Let the tears fall. Let the sobs shake your body. If you need to scream into a pillow or shout at the walls, do it. Don't hide your wounds. Those wounds are part of your story. They are proof you showed up. You don't owe anyone an apology for feeling broken. Think about the last time you forced a smile when your heart was screaming. Remember the way you pushed down the ache and told yourself you were okay. That wasn't healing. That was hiding. When you mask your pain, you only delay the real work. You trap the hurt inside where it festers and grows. You think if you act like it's not there, it will disappear. It won't. You have to face the rawness head on. You have to meet your pain with honesty, even when it hurts to the bone. That's the only way out. There is no shortcut around heartbreak. You have to walk through it. Give yourself permission. Permission to feel every sharp, jagged edge of this loss. Permission to sit in the ache without flinching. Permission to let your heart break fully. Because only by owning this pain can you start to dismantle it. You can't heal a wound you won't look at. You can't move on from what you refuse to acknowledge. This isn't weakness. It's strength. It's the first act of reclaiming yourself. You lost them. That truth stings, but it's the truth you need to hold tight. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. You don't need their apology to heal. You don't need their explanation or closure. You need to give yourself the grace to break, to cry, to be angry. You need to let the pain out. Stop waiting for closure that they'll never give. Stop chasing what's already gone. They already showed you who they are. Now it's your turn to show yourself who you are beneath the hurt. Stop telling yourself you have to rush past the pain. There's no timeline for heartbreak. There's no should when it comes to grief. Don't tell yourself you should be over this by now. Don't let anyone else make you feel like you're taking too long. This is your journey. Own it on your terms. Cry when you need to. Rage when you need to. Feel the loneliness and the emptiness. Feel the sting of every memory that cuts like a knife. Feel it all. This is the soil in which your new self will grow. When you feel the urge to smile to hide the hurt, pause. Ask yourself what you're really avoiding. Is it the fear that if you admit how much this breaks you, you'll never recover? Is it the shame of being vulnerable? Is it the worry that others will see you as weak? None of that matters. What matters is your truth. Your pain is valid. Your heartbreak is real. You don't have to be strong all the time. You don't have to carry this alone. Let the tears be your medicine. Let the rawness be your guide. You might think that if you let yourself feel this deeply, you'll never stop hurting. But the opposite is true. The deeper you go into the pain, the closer you get to freedom. The more you own your heartbreak, the more power you reclaim. This isn't about glorifying suffering. It's about honoring the depth of what you loved and lost. It's about saying to yourself, I am here, I'm hurting, and I will get through this. Every tear is a step toward healing. Every scream is a release of what no longer serves you. Remember, healing is not a straight line. It's a messy, jagged path. Some days you'll feel like you're moving forward. Other days you'll feel like you're back where you started. That's normal. Don't beat yourself up for setbacks or moments of despair. They are part of the process. Keep showing up for yourself. Keep being honest about how you feel. Keep owning your pain without apology. Stop trying to be fine for anyone else's comfort. Your heartbreak is not a burden to be hidden away. It's a wound that needs tending. Talk to yourself like you would talk to your best friend. Be gentle, but be real. Say, this hurts. It's okay to hurt. Say, I am broken, and I will become whole again. These truths will carry you through the darkest nights. You lost them, but you haven't lost you. This pain is not the end of your story. It's the beginning of a new chapter. One where you find yourself again, stronger and wiser. But that can only happen if you stop running from the pain and start owning it. Don't apologize for your tears. Don't apologize for your sadness. Don't apologize for needing time. You are allowed to be exactly where you are right now. As you sit with your pain, ask yourself what this heartbreak is teaching you. What parts of yourself are you rediscovering? What truths are revealing themselves in the rawness? Sometimes loss strips everything away so you can see what really matters. When you own your pain, you begin to see yourself more clearly. You start to understand your worth beyond the love that was lost. You start to build a foundation for the love you deserve, starting with the love you give yourself. This isn't about rushing to get over it. It's about sitting with your grief until you can look at it without flinching. It's about learning to be present with your broken heart without running. It's about breaking the silence around your pain and saying, I see you, I feel you, I own you. That acknowledgement is radical. That acknowledgement is healing. You have to let go, not by pretending you're fine, but by fully fully feeling everything that comes with loss. You have to let go of the need to be strong in front of others. You have to let go of the idea that healing looks like quick fixes or perfect smiles. You have to let go of the stories you tell yourself to avoid the hurt. Because in the end, those stories keep you stuck. This is your time to be real with yourself. This is your time to be raw. This is your time to be unapologetically broken, so you can be unapologetically whole again. You lost them. Now, find yourself by owning your pain without apology. When you're ready, we'll move on to cutting the toxic conversations in your head. Because owning your pain is just the start. The voices inside your mind can either trap you or set you free. It's time to learn how to silence the ones that keep you stuck and turn up the ones that remind you of your strength. But first, feel this moment fully. Feel your heartbreak with courage. You're closer to healing than you think. Chapter 3. Cut the toxic conversations in your head. Your mind is not your friend right now. It's a war zone filled with endless battles of what if and should have. What if I had said something different? What if I hadn't trusted so easily? Should I have seen the signs? Should I have fought harder? These questions don't bring answers. They don't bring comfort. They only dig the knife deeper into your heart. You know this because you felt it those late-night mental arguments that keep you awake, replaying every betrayal, every mistake, every word said or left unsaid. The more you feed those thoughts, the more your pain festers. You are stuck. And the more stuck you are, the harder it is to heal. Stop feeding those lies. Stop letting your mind turn against you. This is the hardest step because it feels like giving up on understanding, giving up on justice, giving up on the story you told yourself about how things should have been. But here's the truth. Your mind is lying to you. Those mental debates are not helping you move forward. They're a trap designed to keep you locked in the past. Every what if is a weight pulling you down deeper into sorrow. Every should have is a chain tightening around your heart. You deserve better than this. You deserve peace, not punishment. When you catch yourself replaying their betrayals, stop right there. When the voices inside start whispering your mistakes, snap the chain. Say it out loud if you have to. I deserve peace. Because you do. You don't owe these tormenting thoughts any more of your time or energy. They are toxic. They are poison. They keep you stuck in a loop of self-blame and regret that only prolongs your suffering. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. They already showed you who they are. You don't need their apology to heal. You don't need to understand why they did what they did. What you need is to reclaim your mind, to stop letting these toxic conversations run your life. Here's what that looks like in practice. The moment you notice your mind spiraling into what ifs or should haves, pause, take a breath. Then replace the thought with a fierce affirmation. Say to yourself, I am not broken beyond repair. Say it again, I am a warrior rebuilding from the ground up. Let those words be louder than the lies. Let them drown out the toxic voices. You might feel ridiculous at first. You might feel like you're fighting an invisible enemy. That's okay. Keep going. Because this is how you start to heal. This is how you take back control. You are not what happened to you. You are not the mistakes you made. You are not the betrayals you endured. You are the person who is choosing to rise anyway. And yes, it will be hard. Your mind will resist. It will try to pull you back into old patterns because that's what's familiar. But you have to be stronger than that. When the toxic thoughts come, meet them with truth. When the doubts creep in, fight them with affirmations. This is not a one-time fix. This is a daily battle. But every time you choose peace over punishment, you win a little more ground. Remember, healing is not about forgetting. It's about refusing to let your pain define you. It's about acknowledging your hurt without letting it consume you. You have to let go of the mental arguments that don't serve you. You have to stop chasing what's already gone. You have to own your pain without apology, and that includes the pain you inflict on yourself through toxic self-talk. Think about it like this. If a friend came to you with the thoughts you're having about yourself, what would you say? Would you let them tear themselves down like this? No. You'd remind them of their worth. You'd remind them they're strong. You'd remind them that they deserve peace. So why not give yourself that same kindness? Why not treat yourself as fiercely as you would a friend? Start small. Write down your affirmations. Post them where you'll see them every day. When your mind argues, argue back with truth. I am worthy of love. I am healing. I am enough. Say these until they feel like the only truth you know. And when the what-ifs creep in again, acknowledge them, but don't engage. Say, I see you, but you don't have the power here. You have to set boundaries in your mind just like you would in real life. You wouldn't tolerate toxic people in your space, don't tolerate toxic conversations in your head. This process will take time. You will have moments when the old thoughts feel overwhelming. That's normal. Healing isn't a straight line. But every time you cut the toxic conversations, you carve out space for something better. You make room for peace. You make room for self-love. You make room for yourself. You're not broken beyond repair. You're a warrior rebuilding from the ground up. This is your fight, and you are stronger than the lies your mind is telling you. This is the foundation you need before you can truly stop waiting for closure they'll never give. Because once you cut those toxic conversations loose, you no longer need their permission to heal. You no longer need their answers or apologies. You only need yourself. You have to let go. You have to stop waiting for closure. They already showed you who they are. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. Reclaim your mind. Reclaim your peace. And get ready for the next step on this journey. Chapter 4. Stop waiting for closure. They'll never get. You're sitting there, waiting. Waiting for a text, a call, a sign. Waiting for them to explain why they left. Waiting for that apology you think will somehow make everything make sense. Waiting for closure. But here's the truth you need to hear right now. Closure is a myth when it depends on someone who's already chosen to walk away. They've already made their choice. They already left the room. And you're still stuck outside, hoping they'll come back and fix the broken pieces. That hope is like chasing smoke. It slips through your fingers every time. You can't hold on to what's not there. You can't force someone to give you what they don't have or don't want to give. You have to stop waiting for closure because they'll never give it. Think about that for a moment. If they wanted to explain, they would have. If they wanted to apologize, they would have. But they didn't. They showed you who they are by their silence, by their absence. You have to let go of the fantasy that they'll suddenly do the right thing and make things right for you. That's not your story anymore. This isn't about them anymore. This is about you. It's about how you move forward when the other side has already walked away. You don't need their apology to heal. You don't need their explanation to make peace with what happened. Real closure comes from within, not from their words, not from their actions, but from your own decision to stop waiting. So, how do you find that closure? It starts with a choice. Decide today that you will not let their silence or absence define your story. Decide that you are more than the sum of their rejection. You are not waiting for someone else to give you permission to heal. You are giving yourself that permission right now. Stop replaying every conversation, every moment, every word looking for clues or hidden meanings. Stop torturing yourself with the why that has no answer. The truth is, some questions don't get answered. Some people don't give you what you need because they don't have it to give. And that's okay. That's their burden, not yours. Instead, focus your energy on what you can control. Your thoughts, your actions, your healing. This is your life, your heart, your future. You get to write that story, and it doesn't have to include them. Take a moment right now and imagine burning the script they left behind. The one filled with unanswered questions, broken promises, and silent goodbyes. Watch it turn to ash in your hands. Feel the weight lift off your chest. That script no longer dictates how your story ends. Now pick up a new pen. Start writing your own ending. It won't be easy. It won't be quick. But every word you write is a step away from the past, and a step toward the person you are becoming. Every sentence is an act of reclaiming your power. Every paragraph is a declaration that your life does not hinge on their presence. You don't need their validation. You don't need their closure. You need your own courage to face the pain and say, I am more than this heartbreak. You need your own strength to say, I will find myself again. Remember what you learned in the last chapter. Your mind is a war zone right now. It's filled with what-ifs and should-haves that only keep you stuck. Stop letting your thoughts run wild in that toxic conversation inside your head. Change the channel. Redirect your focus to what heals, not what hurts. Start small. Write down 3 things you can do today to reclaim your peace. Maybe it's a walk outside. Maybe it's journaling your feelings without judgment. Maybe it's calling a friend who understands your pain. Do something that reminds you you're alive and deserving of love. Your own first and foremost. Stop waiting for the apology you deserve. Stop hoping they'll explain the silence. Stop chasing a closure that will never come from them. Instead, find closure in yourself. Find it in the quiet moments when you choose to breathe through the pain. Find it in the courage to say, I am enough. I am whole. You have to let go because holding on is hurting you more than it's hurting them. You have to let go because you deserve to live without the weight of their absence dragging you down. You have to let go because your future is waiting. And it's not waiting for them. This is your healing. This is your power. This is your story to write. Don't wait for a chapter that will never be written by them. Write your own. Write it with honesty, with rawness, with the fierce love you have for yourself. Because that love is what will carry you through the darkest nights. You already showed up for yourself when you chose to love with everything you had. Now show up again by choosing to find closure on your own terms. This isn't about forgiveness yet. This isn't about forgetting. This is about taking your power back. Remember, they already showed you who they are. They already walked away. You don't need them to finish your story. You don't need their words to move on. You need your own voice, your own strength, your own closure. And when you find that closure within yourself, you'll be ready for what comes next. You'll be ready to reclaim your time like your life depends on it. Because it does. Don't wait for closure. Create it, own it, live it. Your healing depends on it. Chapter 5. Reclaim your time like your life depends on it. Every minute you spend scrolling through their social media is a minute stolen from your healing. Every hour replaying old texts is time ripped away from your growth. You don't even realize how those seconds slip through your fingers, vanishing while you're stuck in the past. But here's the truth. Time is your most precious resource. It's all you have to rebuild yourself. And right now, heartbreak is stealing it from you like a thief in the night. You open your phone, you see their name. You want to know what they're doing. You want to see if they miss you, if they regret walking away. But what do you get? A glimpse into a life that no longer includes you. And yet, you keep looking. You keep scrolling. You keep hoping. This isn't love. This is a trap. A trap that keeps you frozen in a moment that's already gone. You have to stop. Stop stealing your own time. Stop giving your healing away to someone who's already left. Protect your time fiercely. Guard it like your life depends on it because it does. This is your moment to reclaim yourself, to find who you are without them. When you're heartbroken, it's easy to feel empty, like you don't know where you end and they begin. But you're here. You're still breathing. You're still whole. And the only way out is forward, through your own life, on your own terms. Fill your time with people who see you. Not the shadow of who you were with them, but the person you are right now, hungry, broken, raw, but alive. Choose friends and family who make you laugh when you can't even remember what joy feels like. Choose voices that remind you you're worthy. Fill your days with passions that light up something inside you, no matter how small. A book you've been meaning to read. A hobby you abandoned because you were too busy hoping for a text. A project that's just yours. Something that reminds you who you are without them. You might think you don't have the energy. You might think you're too tired to care. But that's exactly why you must protect your time. You are not a victim of heartbreak. You are a warrior in this battle. Every minute spent on healing is a victory. Every second invested in yourself is a rebellion against the pain. You don't have to wait for permission to live again. You don't have to wait for closure. You don't need their apology to reclaim your days. Your life is happening now. It doesn't pause for heartbreak. It doesn't stop because someone left. The sun rises. The seasons change. The world keeps turning. And you have a choice. To let heartbreak steal another second, another hour, another dare to take back your time and live it on your own terms. It's not easy. It's not quick. Healing never is. But it's necessary. You have to stop replaying old conversations in your head. Stop scrolling through photos that make your chest ache. Stop waiting for a call that will never come. You have to let go of those moments that keep you stuck. Because the more you hold on, the more you give your life away. Instead, start small. Set limits on your phone use. Block their profiles if you have to. Delete old messages. Create boundaries for yourself that protect your peace. These aren't just digital actions, they are acts of self-respect. They say, I am worth more than this pain. They say, my time is sacred. And they say, I am choosing me. Fill your calendar with things that make you feel alive. Not because you're trying to forget, but because you're trying to remember who you are. Go for a walk. Write in a journal. Call a friend. Volunteer. Dance in your living room. Anything that pulls you out of your head and into your body. Anything that reminds you life is happening. No, you don't have to wait for someone else to show up to live it. You have to stop giving heartbreak the power to steal your days. Every minute you waste on them is a minute lost to your future. You have to stop waiting for closure. They already showed you who they are. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you, your healing, your growth, your life. Reclaiming your time means reclaiming your power. It means saying no to the endless loop of what-ifs and maybes. It means creating space for new stories to begin. You deserve that. You deserve to live without the weight of their absence dragging you down. Remember, healing isn't a straight line. Some days you'll falter. You'll find yourself reaching for your phone again, or slipping back into old habits. That's okay. It doesn't mean you failed. It means you're human, you're learning. And every time you pull yourself back, you get a little stronger. Protect your time. Fill it with things that remind you who you are without them. Your life is happening now. Don't let heartbreak steal another second of your precious days. This is your fight, your healing, your journey, and the next step forward is clear. Dismantle your identity as the left behind. Because you're not broken, you're not waiting, you're moving, and you're finding yourself in the space they left behind. Chapter 6. Dismantle your identity as the left behind. You're not just the one who got left behind. It's tempting, isn't it? To wear that label like a badge, to let the world see you only as the person who was abandoned, who was rejected, who was left alone in the wreckage of a love that didn't last. But hear me now. You are so much more than that. You are not your heartbreak. You are not the person stuck in the shadow of someone else's choice. You are a whole person, hidden beneath the weight of loss, waiting for your own light to break through. Don't let the story of being left define you. It's a trap. It's a cage. And it's the first thing you have to dismantle if you want to find yourself again. When someone walks away, it's easy to believe you've lost your identity, like a key piece of who you were has been ripped out. But what if your identity isn't tied to their leaving? What if you are defined by your grit, stubborn, unyielding part of you that refuses to quit? What if you are defined by your dreams, those silent hopes and plans that no heartbreak can erase? What if you are defined by your capacity to love again, not just someone else, but yourself first and foremost? You have to hold on to those things because they are the real you. The you that survived the night, the you that will wake up tomorrow, the you who will build a life worth living, no matter what they left behind. This isn't about pretending the pain doesn't exist. It's about refusing to let the pain become your whole story. You have to acknowledge the hurt, yes. You have to sit with the emptiness that comes after loss. But don't stay there. Don't let that be all you are. Because if you stay in the role of the left behind, you give away your power. You let your identity shrink until all that's left is the echo of what you lost. That echo will haunt you. It will whisper lies like, you aren't enough, or you're broken beyond repair. Those lies are poison. You have to fight them. You have to say no. You are not broken. You are not less. You are more. Start small. The idea of reclaiming yourself can feel overwhelming. You've been drowning in loss. You've been swallowing grief like it's the only thing on your menu. So don't try to overhaul your whole life all at once. Take control of one thing, a habit, a thought, a word. Maybe it's waking up and making your bed every morning, one small act of order that says, I'm still here. I'm still trying. Maybe it's choosing to interrupt the spiral of negative self-talk just once a day. Maybe it's writing down one thing you're grateful for, even if it feels forced. These small acts are your footholds. They are the first bricks in rebuilding your sense of self. You have to reclaim your narrative. You've been told a story by the departure of someone else. They walked away, and suddenly you're the victim in a story you didn't choose. But it's your story now, and you get to write it, not with the ink of loss, but with the ink of resilience. You are the author here. You decide what comes next. You decide how this chapter ends. You decide what you carry forward and what you leave behind. This isn't just about healing. It's about transformation. You lost them, yes, but now you get to find yourself. And finding yourself means more than just surviving. It means thriving. It means waking up one day and and realizing the pain didn't destroy you. It made you stronger. It made you wiser. It made you more compassionate, not just to others, but to yourself. You don't need anyone's permission to do this work. You don't need their apology. You don't need their explanation. You don't need closure from them, because that closure is something you create for yourself. You have to let go of waiting for answers that will never come. They already showed you who they are. Now show yourself who you are. And here's a truth you need to hear again and again. Your worth isn't measured by who stayed or who left. It's measured by how you stand when the dust settles. It's measured by the way you treat yourself in the silence after the noise. It's measured by how you keep moving when every part of you wants to stay stuck. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you, your life, your healing, your future. So start with one word, one thought, one habit. Choose something that reminds you that you are not the loss you suffered. Choose something that reminds you that you are still whole, still capable, still worthy. Maybe it's enough. Maybe it's forward. Maybe it's hope. Repeat that word to yourself in the quiet moments when the pain tries to pull you back in. Let it be a lifeline. Let it be your rebellion against the narrative that says you are only the left behind. Step by step, habit by habit, thought by thought, you are dismantling the old identity. The identity that was built on absence. The identity that was built on rejection. The identity that was built on being left. And in its place, you are building a new identity. One that holds your scars but doesn't let them define you. One that holds your dreams and your strength and your capacity to love fiercely again. One that says, I am here, I am alive, I am more. This is the crossroads. You can keep wearing the label of the left behind like a shackle, or you can let it fall away like dead skin. You can keep replaying what was lost until it consumes you, or you can claim your power back, one small act at a time. You have to choose. You have to fight. You have to decide who you are going to be from this moment forward. Remember, this isn't just about healing a broken heart. It's about reclaiming your life. Because you lost them, yes. But now, it's time to find yourself. And that journey begins when you stop waiting for their return and start building boundaries that protect your heart. Those boundaries are not walls. They're not prisons. They are the guardrails that keep you safe while you learn to love and love yourself again. And that's where we go next. Chapter 7. Build boundaries that protect your heart. You have to understand this right now. No contact isn't just a rule you follow to annoy yourself or to punish the other person. It's a lifeline. It's the thread that keeps your heart from unraveling completely. When you stop reaching out, when you stop checking their profiles, when you stop responding to their messages or invitations, you are not being cold or uncaring. You are protecting yourself. You are guarding your heart from all those emotional triggers that pull you back into the pain. Remember, they already showed you who they are. They didn't choose you. So why give them any more room inside your mind and your day? Every time you break no contact, you're opening a door to false hopes. Hope that maybe this time they'll say something different. Hope that maybe this time they'll come back. Hope that maybe this time you'll get the closure you crave. But they won't. You have to stop waiting for closure. You don't need their apology to heal. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. No contact is your shield. It's your way out of the endless loop of pain. It's saying to yourself, I deserve space to heal. I deserve peace. And you do. Saying no is one of the hardest things you'll face. Not just to them, but to everything that drags you back into that old pain. Saying no to toxic conversations, ones that replay in your head like a broken record. No to the invitations that feel like emotional landmines. No to your own urges when your fingers twitch to send a text, to check a message, to call just one more time. you have to learn to say no. Not because you want to be mean or distant, but because your heart is fragile. Because you are trying to rebuild yourself from the wreckage they left behind. It's okay to say no to yourself. Yes, that's right. You have to refuse to give in to the parts of you that want to reach out, that want to believe in the what if and the maybe. Because every time you break your own boundary, you're giving them power over your healing. You're letting your heart get tangled in the past again. You have to be tougher than your impulses. Use that no as a shield to stop yourself from walking back into the fire. Protect your heart the way you would protect a wound from infection. Boundaries aren't just about keeping others out. They are acts of self-respect. When you say no, when you cut off contact, when you refuse to let toxic conversations take over your mind, you are saying, I am worth more than this pain. I am worth more than this confusion. Boundaries create space. Space where healing can happen. Space where you can breathe again without the weight of their absence crushing you. Space where you can begin to find yourself again, piece by piece. This space is so critical, because without it, you will be stuck. Stuck in the same cycle of heartache and hope and heartbreak. It's a trap. The only way out is to build walls strong enough to keep the storm from flooding your heart. Walls not made of bitterness or anger, but of firm boundaries that protect your emotional well-being. When you build these boundaries, you're not shutting out love or happiness. You're simply telling your heart, I need time. I need to heal. I need to find me before I'm ready to love again. Remember what you learned before. You don't have to apologize for your pain. You don't owe anyone an explanation for needing space. Sometimes the kindest thing you can do is to say no to the world, at least for a while. Because healing isn't a social obligation. It's a personal journey, and it requires clearing out the noise that pulls you backward. It's going to be hard. It's going to feel lonely. But this loneliness isn't the enemy. This is the quiet before the storm of your rebirth. Saying no to toxic conversations, to false hopes, to emotional trigger sets the foundation for your new life. It's the way you honor the love you gave, by not letting it define you forever. You have to let go of the idea that healing means forgetting. Healing means protecting your heart so that one day you can love again without fear. There will be moments when the urge to break your boundaries feels unbearable. That's when you have to remind yourself who you are now. You are not the person who got left behind. You are the person who is choosing to grow stronger. You are the person who refuses to be defined by loss. You are the warrior standing guard over your own heart. Practice this every day. When that voice inside you whispers, just one message, just one call, respond with a firm no. When an invitation comes that feels like a trap, decline it. When your mind drifts back to toxic conversations, bring yourself back to the present. Tell yourself again and again, this isn't about them anymore. It's about you. You deserve peace. You deserve respect. You deserve to heal. Boundaries will feel uncomfortable at first. It's like learning to walk again after a fall. But with every no, you take a step forward. With every moment of no contact, you reclaim a piece of yourself. And that piece is precious. That piece is the foundation of your new life. You don't have to carry their weight anymore. You don't have to carry their absence like a chain around your neck. Build your boundaries like armor, not like walls that isolate you from the world. Boundaries protect you from harm, but also create space for love to grow again, starting with the love you give yourself. This process will test you. It will push you to your limits. But remember, you are not alone in this. Every heartbeat that aches in the night is a reminder that you dared to love. And now, you are daring to heal. You are daring to say no to pain and yes to yourself. So guard your heart fiercely. Protect it with no contact. Defend it with the power of no. Respect it with clear boundaries. Each act is a step closer to freedom. Each refusal is a reclaiming of your power. This is your turning point. The moment you stop waiting for them and start finding yourself, because you lost them. Yes, but now it's time to find you. And when you do, you'll see that healing isn't about filling the void they left behind. It's about discovering the strength you always had inside. Strength that no heartbreak can take away. Now that you've built your boundaries, your heart has room to breathe. Your spirit has space to grow. The next step is learning how to find strength in solitude, not loneliness. Chapter 8. Find strength in solitude, not loneliness. You are alone, not abandoned, not lost. Alone is not a sentence. It is a sanctuary, a place where you can meet yourself without distractions, without excuses. No one else's voice but your own. No one else's expectations but your own. This isn't about punishment or loneliness. It is about finding strength in the quiet spaces where no one else can reach you. This is your moment to stop running, to stop chasing, to stop waiting. It's time to face yourself, to feel yourself, and to rebuild from the inside out. Loneliness and solitude are not the same. You've been told to just be alone like it's a cure, but maybe that advice felt like a trap, because loneliness isolates you. It makes you small. It reminds you what you lost. It whispers that you are missing something vital. It digs its claws into your heart and squeezes until you believe you are nothing but empty space. But solitude empowers you. Solitude is a choice. It's a chance to be with yourself fully, without shame or fear. It is the soil where your roots grow deep again, where you find your foundation, strong and unshakable. You have to learn to distinguish between the two. When loneliness creeps in, acknowledge it with kindness, but don't let it define you. Choose solitude instead. Choose to be present with your own breath, with your own heart, with your own story. Right now, your world feels like it's been ripped apart. The pieces of you that were once connected to someone else are scattered. But those pieces are still yours. They always were. This time alone is your chance to rediscover your passions, your dreams, the parts of you that got lost in the relationship. Remember the things you loved before they came along. The books you put down, the hobbies you abandoned, the dreams you whispered only to yourself. They are waiting for you to show up, waiting for you to say, I am here, I am not gone, I am still me. It's okay if you don't know who you are right now. That's normal. But don't let that uncertainty scare you into reaching out to the wrong people or falling back into old patterns. This is where you have to be brave. This is where you have to sit with the discomfort of being alone. It's not easy. Nobody said it would be, but it's necessary. Because every time you choose solitude over loneliness, you are telling yourself that you matter, that your healing matters, that your future matters. Stop waiting for closure. They already showed you who they are. Closure is a myth when it comes to someone who walked away without looking back. You don't need their apology to heal. You don't need their explanation to move on. What you need is to stop chasing what's already gone, to own your pain without apology, to cut the toxic conversations in your head that say you're not enough, that say you'll never be whole again. Use this time alone to build boundaries that protect your heart. Boundaries aren't walls to keep people out forever. They're gates you control. Gates that let in only what nourishes you. Gates that keep out the poison. You've learned this before in fragments, but now you have to live it. When you feel the urge to reach out, stop. When your mind starts replaying old memories, redirect it. When loneliness tries to convince you to settle for less, remind yourself, you deserve better. You deserve peace. Rediscovering yourself means making space for new possibilities. It means saying yes to the things that make you feel alive. Maybe it's picking up a paintbrush again. Maybe it's going for a walk without an agenda. Maybe it's journaling your rawest thoughts without censoring a single word. Maybe it's calling a friend who reminds you of your worth. These are not small acts. They are declarations. Each step you take in solitude is a step away from the pain that held you hostage and toward the freedom you crave. You have to let go of the idea that being alone is a failure. It's not. It's a gift. It's a reset button. It's the chance to rewrite your story with yourself as the hero. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. You are not broken. You are healing. You are growing. You are becoming. And yes, there will be moments when loneliness sneaks in, when the silence feels deafening, when you feel like giving up. That's when you lean in harder. That's when you remind yourself that this pain is temporary, that this solitude is sacred, that you are not alone in your aloneness. So breathe, sit with yourself, ask yourself what you need right now. Listen without judgment. Be gentle, be fierce, be patient. Because finding strength in solitude is the foundation for everything that comes next. It's the place where you reclaim your time like your life depends on it. It's the place where you build boundaries that protect your heart. It's the place where you dismantle the old identity as the left behind and start becoming the person you were always meant to be. This journey isn't easy. It's messy and painful, and sometimes you'll want to run back to what's familiar, even if it hurt you. But don't. Keep moving forward. Keep choosing solitude. Keep choosing yourself, because when you find strength in solitude, you find a power no one can take away. You find a peace no one can break. You find a love that starts and ends with you, and that love is the only love that will never leave you. Now, armed with this truth, you are ready for the next step, ready to love yourself fiercely without waiting for permission. Chapter 9. Love yourself fiercely without waiting for permission. You are not selfish for loving yourself. You are alive because you choose to love yourself fiercely. Stop waiting for some elusive permission slip from the world, from your past, or from the person who walked away. You are already worthy. You have always been. The waiting room of self-worth is empty, and it's time to leave. You don't have to feel worthy to act worthy. You act worthy, and feeling worthy will follow. This is survival, not vanity. This is your heart's lifeline. Moment heartbreak hits, you might believe that loving yourself is the last thing you should do. After all, you just lost someone who promised to love you. You might think you need to fix your broken pieces first. You don't. You don't need to be whole to love yourself. You love yourself to become whole. Self-love isn't a reward for being perfect. It's the medicine for being real. So start now. Start rough. Start broken. Start tired. But start. Practice radical kindness with yourself. This is not the soft, flabby self-pity people talk about. This is fierce kindness. Speak to yourself like you would to your best friend at 2 a.m. when the world feels cold and cruel. Say, I see you, you're hurting, you're trying, you're enough. Forgive yourself quickly for the mistakes you think you made in love. You replay those moments like a broken record, don't you? Stop, forgive, and celebrate. Celebrate every small win. Got out of bed today. Celebrate it. Didn't text them. Celebrate it. Didn't scroll through their pictures. Celebrate it. Every tiny victory is proof you are moving forward. Proof you are choosing you. When you love yourself first, your standards shift. You stop settling for crumbs. You stop begging for scraps of affection or attention. You start demanding the feast. The feast is respect, kindness, commitment, and honesty. The feast is what you deserve. You don't have to wait for someone else to bring it to you. You bring it to yourself first. You feast on your own love. You feed your soul with your own kindness. You fill your own cup until it overflows. Then and only then will you recognize the feast when it arrives from others or no, when to walk away when it doesn't. This fierce self-love is your rebellion against heartbreak. It's your refusal to be less than who you are because someone left. It's your statement that your value isn't tied to their leaving or their staying. You are here. You are breathing. You are worthy. You are enough. You don't have to wait for their apology, their explanation, or their return. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. Your survival depends on it. Stop waiting to feel ready to love yourself. That day might never come if you keep putting it off. Start now. Start small. Start messy. Start with the truth that you're hurting, and that's okay. Speak kindly to that hurt. Don't shame yourself for pain. Let kindness be the balm on your wounds. Radical kindness is the practice of choosing compassion over criticism every single day. When you catch yourself thinking, I shouldn't feel like this, replace it with, I'm allowed to feel like this. I'm healing. When self-doubt sneaks in, meet it with a gentle, you are enough. You must learn to forgive yourself quickly. The faster you forgive, the faster you heal. The longer you hold on to guilt, the deeper the wound festers. Forgiveness isn't about forgetting or excusing mistakes. It's about freeing yourself from the prison of self-judgment. You made choices with the information you had. You gave love with the heart you had. That's all anyone can do. Forgive yourself for being human. Celebrate every small victory, no matter how insignificant it feels. This is how you build momentum in your healing. These small wins are your proof that you are moving forward, even when the pain feels like it's dragging you backward. Did you get out of bed today? Did you eat something nourishing? Did you say no to scrolling through their social media? Did you set a boundary? Celebrate it. These small moments are the bricks that rebuild your self-esteem. Don't overlook them. Don't minimize them. Rejoice in them. We're not settling anymore. When you love yourself first, you raise your standards. You stop accepting crumbs. Those half-hearted texts, the mixed signals, the empty promises. You demand the feast. You demand respect. You demand kindness. You demand honesty. You demand love that matches your fierce self-love. This is how you protect your heart. This is how you stop the cycle of pain. You don't need to settle for less than you deserve. You deserve the whole table, the full meal. Remember, this is survival. Self-love is not a luxury. It's the foundation you stand on when everything else falls apart. It's the shield against the memories that haunt you, the voice that silences the inner critic, the light that guides you through the darkness. Without it, heartbreak can consume you. With it, heartbreak becomes a chapter, not the whole story. You might feel like you're starting from nothing. That's okay. Love doesn't start fully formed. It grows. It builds. It fights through the rubble of pain and doubt. It's messy, imperfect, and stubborn. Love yourself fiercely, even when it's hard. Especially when it's hard. Because that fierce love is what will carry you through the nights you think you can't survive. This isn't about you becoming someone new. It's about you becoming yourself again. The self you lost in the chaos of love and loss. The self who is whole, worthy, and enough. You don't need their validation to claim your worth. You don't need their love to fill your cup. You have the power to fill it yourself. You have the strength to love yourself first and fiercest. So stop waiting. Stop doubting. Stop apologizing for needing love, starting with your own. There's no permission slip coming. You're the one who gives it. You are the one who says, I love you. I am worth it. I will survive. Say it again. Say it until it feels true. Say it until the pain softens and your heart learns to beat with hope again. You have to love yourself fiercely, because this is how you reclaim your life. This is how you stop being the one who got left behind. This is how you rise from heartbreak, not as someone broken, but as someone unbreakable. This fierce love is your foundation for everything that comes next. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. It's about your survival, your healing, your future. When you learn to love yourself first, fiercely, without waiting for permission, you are ready to move forward. You are ready to rise. And when you rise ready. Ready to love Agoner just to love you. Chapter 10. Rise ready to love Agoner just to love you. Healing is not a straight road. You won't wake up one morning feeling suddenly whole, flawless, and fearless. It's a mess of steps forward and steps back, moments of clarity and waves of doubt. But every single step you take, no matter how small, makes you stronger. You're building muscle in your heart and wisdom in your soul. This is not about speed. It's about endurance. It's about showing up for yourself day after day, even when you want to give up. You have to let go of the idea that healing should look neat and tidy. It won't. It's jagged. It's raw. And that's exactly what makes you unshakable. When you lost them, it felt like everything inside you cracked open, like the ground beneath your feet disappeared. But here's the truth. You didn't just lose someone else. You found yourself. That's the victory no one can take away. It's quiet, it's subtle, but it's monumental. You're not the same person who cried alone in the dark, replaying every moment over and over. You're someone new Zomion who survived the unthinkable and is still standing. That's strength. It's yours to keep. Maybe you don't know what's next. Maybe love feels like a trap you don't want to walk into again. That's okay. You don't have to rush into anyone's arms to prove your healing. You can love yourself fiercely first. You can learn to be enough for yourself before you ever say yes to someone else. This is not settling. This is not a consolation prize. This is radical. This is bold. Loving yourself freely, loving yourself is the fiercest, most fearless love you can give. It sets the bar so high that no one less than extraordinary will ever meet it. And you deserve extraordinary. On the other hand, if you're ready to open your heart again, make it bold. Make it fearless. Don't tiptoe in like you're afraid of breaking. Step in like you're whole, like you're a force of nature. Because you are. You've been through hell and back. You faced the darkest parts of yourself and came out stronger. Now, you get to love with the wisdom only heartbreak can teach. You know what's worth fighting for. You know what's not. You don't need to settle for less than fearless love. You don't need to accept crumbs when you deserve the whole banquet. Stop waiting for closure they'll never give. They already showed you who they are. You don't need their apology to heal. This isn't about them anymore. It's about you. About the life you want to build from the ashes. About the love you want to give yourself and maybe, someday, someone else. You are not broken beyond repair. You are whole beyond belief. But you have to claim it. You have to choose it. You have to believe it with every fiber of your being. Here's what to stop doing right now. Stop replaying old conversations. Stop scrolling through their social media like you'll find some secret message in the photos or the posts. Stop asking yourself, why and what if, as if those questions will unlock a hidden door to happiness. They won't. They never did. You don't need to understand it all to move forward. Some things are meant to stay mysteries until you're ready to let go. Instead, start doing this. Start writing down what you're grateful for every single day, even if it's only one thing. Gratitude rewires your brain. It pulls you out of the pit of despair and shows you that life is still full of light. Start setting boundaries that protect your heart fiercely. Say no to anything that drains you emotionally or physically. Say yes to things that make you feel alive, even if it's just small moments, a walk in the park, a song that makes you dance, a friend who listens without judgment. Remember, healing is not a race. It's a revolution inside you. Each day you survive is a rebellion against the pain that tries to hold you down. You are rising. You are unstoppable. You are becoming the person who no heartbreak can ever break again. Whether you choose to love yourself first or open your heart to someone new, do it with courage. Do it with the fire that only those who have been hurt know how to carry. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Vulnerability is strength. Vulnerability is honesty. Vulnerability is the birthplace of real connection. But don't rush it. Take your time. Love yourself enough to wait for what you deserve. You lost them. That was a wound that cut deep. But you found yourself. That is your greatest victory. And it's only the beginning. The path ahead is yours to shape. You don't have to live in the shadow of what's been lost. You get to step into the light of what you're becoming. Hold tight to this truth. You are not defined by who walked away. You are defined by who you choose to be now. Stronger, wiser, unbreakable. That is your power. That is your story. And the next chapter, it's waiting for you to write it. You're ready? Not because the pain is gone, but because you've learned how to carry it without letting it carry you. You're ready to rise, to love boldly, to love fiercely, to love yourself without apology. This is your moment. This is your life, and it's just getting started. This heartbreak isn't your ending. It's your beginning, the kind that hurts before it heals. You've seen the truth now, and still, you chose to rise. The version of you that waited, that begged for clarity. She's resting now. You've outgrown her. Ahead is a wiser you. One who knows what real love feels like, what peace sounds like. You don't have to chase anymore. You don't have to prove your worth. Take it one breath at a time, one day at a time. And when it feels lonely, come back here, to the reminder that you're not alone, and that healing, no matter how slow, is still progress. Go live with courage, love without fear. You've already begun again, even if you don't see it yet.